Greetings! Welcome to another episode of Troll in the Dungeon. I, of course, am your host, Steven Gasinski, the Troll in the Dungeon. We are on episode 9, I know. It's hard to believe we're almost to the big 1-0. So, currently there's not a lot of movie releases at the moment. There's still some fighting among studios and such due to COVID-19. It's affecting everything, and it's quite maddening. I drive past movie theaters, and they have their temporarily closed signs, and I get quite weepy. Oh, by the way, there are a few of you who are worried about my health and such due to this issue and other stuff, because some of you on my social media have been worried because I've been extremely stressed and cranky these past few episodes. I am quite fine. The cholesterol's a little high, but other than that, everything else is good. Perfect. No issues whatsoever. I know this is much to some of your chagrin, but guess what? I don't care. So suck it up, deal with it, move on. You don't like this show, don't watch it. If you do like this show, please leave some kind comments and some likes and subscribes. That would be great. But other than that, leave me alone. If you're not going to be constructive to this process, don't waste my time, and most importantly, don't waste yours. But really, don't waste my time. I don't have the patience or the inclination to deal with you. Okay? Fantastic. Alright. I'm going to talk about the DC Cinematic Universe for a little bit, because I actually talked about Wonder Woman 84 with some of their trailers dropping and such, which I've been pretty excited about. I've been looking forward to Wonder Woman. I enjoyed the first film. I'm particularly fond of Gal Gadot, and I think Patty Jenkins is a fantastic director. So I don't know if that movie's been moved from its release date, because they originally were supposed to release it later this year. They decided to move it closer to when they released the first film, which did quite well in their box office. So we're going to possibly see them move their date. So that covers Wonder Woman 84. There was the question of if Henry Cavill is going to return as Superman. And it's looking like this is less and less likely, especially with him doing a little show called The Witcher. I guess some of you may have heard of it. I don't know. I'm guessing. I don't know. But anyway, and also his dance card's filling up. He's a hot name actor. A lot of people are wanting to work with him, and apparently he's a very nice guy and just easily able to be worked with. I don't know. Never met the man, never talked to them, never worked with him, so I don't know. Warner Brothers was talking about doing a Supergirl movie, which would have been a monumental disaster, I think. They tried that once back in the 80s. Guess what? It sucked. It was terrible. Helen Slater was the actress who played her. It was a terrible movie. So they decided to not do that. And plus they've got that Supergirl TV show on the CW, which I've tried to get into. I really have, but it's painful. So I tried watching it. It didn't turn out all that well for me. It was a painful process. I'll probably get back to it and try it again, but right now it's not looking good. The whole Flash movie debacle, oh dear. I could do a whole episode just on that, about the state of confusion. You know, Genesis could write a whole song. Oh wait, they already did. That was before the Flash movie though, so but we'll count it nonetheless because it is relevant. Although we did have a surprise appearance of Ezra Miller as his version of the Flash in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event for the CW. So that's sparking a lot of hope in fans. I could go 50-50. Maybe it's a way for us to send him off and just be like, oh yeah, his universe is destroyed possibly, so he's dead. And we can just reboot the whole doggone thing. Will they though? I don't know. They may do a soft reboot. I don't know. I'm so confused with that whole thing, because they were saying, oh, we're going to focus on solo movies, but they're doing a Shazam 2. sounding like they're going to do that, and they've been talking about doing this Dwayne Johnson led Black Adam movie, which is going to tie into Shazam, and he and Shazam are eventually going to go head to head. Who knows what's going on there? I don't know. That movie is just that. I mean, I enjoyed the first Shazam, but I really don't care about that character all that much. It's not because of the actors. I'm very fond of Zach Levi. I think Asher Angel, I believe his name is. He actually did a pretty good job in the role of Billy Bates. So we'll see what happens there. Wonder Woman, I already mentioned. Aquaman, the first DC cinematic film to in a while to hit $1 billion. So they're doing pretty well for themselves. And James Wan seems to still be on board to do Aquaman 2. Jason Momoa, even though his dance card's filling up, he seems pretty down to the clown to play that character that has been heavily changed from our Super Friends version that we were so used to. I don't know. We'll see what happens with that film. So Superman's kind of on the fritz right now. We'll see how that goes. We got Robert Pattinson playing the Batman. Now, a lot of people are going to, when they hear this, they're going to be like, oh, what are your thoughts about his comment on not working out and such during quarantine? Look, the dude's going to do what he's going to do. Now, I'll give you a second and give you my 2 cents on it. You're being paid millions of dollars and you're being told by the nutritionists and health person at the studio hire to have you, get in shape. Look, the dude's not going to be 220 pounds of bulking, chiseled muscle. He's not. He and I are built actually quite similar. I wouldn't be if I got the role. But Warner Brothers, if you get tired of Pattinson whining, I'm available. Call me. I'll do it. Hire my nutritionist. And I will probably be considerably cheaper. Just so you know. You just have to fly me out there and put me up for a few months wherever I'm going. But still, I'm able and willing. Okay? Cool. But you've already shot footage, so it would actually be less costly. But still, just letting you know. I'm available. Willing. But yeah, so there's that whole kit and caboodle, and I don't know what's going through his head, but whatever. The Batman's being pushed by a couple of months due to this virus and the lockdowns and such. One of their cast members or production team, I don't remember what his job was, he died, listed as a COVID-19 death, which is tragic, as are all the deaths due to COVID-19. But, and also big issue with the production as well, it's kind of worrisome about how much that's going to push forward the movie, which we've been waiting for a number of years. When Matt Reeves, who was hired on, I think he was hired on back in 2017 to do the new Batman film after Ben Affleck stepped away, which I'm heartbroken about because I actually think he would have done a terrific job. I thought he did a really good job in Batman v Superman. I think he is the best live-action Batman we've ever had. Justice League left much to be desired, and pretty much everybody except for, well, Henry Cavill was a good Superman in that film. He was a lot less dark and grim, which a lot of people wanted. I didn't care, because I hate the giant blue Boy Scout. Not the actors who played him, but the character. I can't stand him. And I liked Ray Fisher and Jason Momoa as their respective characters of Cyborg and Aquaman, and Ezra Miller as the Flash, but, I mean, what you gonna do? But could we see that film really pushed back because of the virus? Originally, their release date was October of 2021. It's possible they may have to move it again. I hope not. But they're going to have to work really hard to get their crap together in time for that kind of release. But I don't know. This is one of the few times I'm really glad I'm not running the DC Cinematic Universe. Yes, I'm calling it the DCCU instead of the DCU or whatever that stupid publication that started that stupid moniker put up. They need to be slapped. So if you guys are available, just come right here and I'll happily do it for you because that was stupid. It's called bad writing, and there are a few things that I detest more than bad writing. So we'll see what happens with the DC Cinematic Universe. Hopefully they get their act together and figure out what they're going to do. Walter Hamada is a brilliant CEO. He knows his stuff. He's handled really tough situations. This is a bigger scale for him, but I think he can do it. He's got a good head on his shoulders, and hopefully he'll be able to bring things together for us to get a Justice League movie, another one. One that will actually be a good answer to Marvel's The Avengers. And it'll be a billion-dollar film. Hopefully they'll have their act together. They'll get a really good director to bring that whole element together who can handle the competing egos of leading actors and such and all that jazz. Hopefully they'll be able to do it. I don't know what will happen. I hope they do, because I think they can do it, but we'll see. Anyway, that's all I got for this. Check us out. Keep watching the episodes. Appreciate your kind comments and likes and subscribes, and keep them coming. We need them. We've got one person who's kind of being a troll by disliking almost every video. I don't know if you're doing it in the spirit of that it's troll in the dungeon, or you're just being a complete and total D-bag. If you're doing it as a troll, respect. Dude Code must recognize someone to try to out-troll me. It won't happen, but I do appreciate the effort. But if you're just being a D-bag, find something more useful to do with your time. I'm really not that much of a good distraction for you. I'm not. I'm humble enough to admit that. But really, go get a life. In the meantime, I'm going to sign off for right now until our 10th episode, and we're going to have some special stuff. We're going to have our special guest, Beth Klosterman, joining us again, and we'll talk over some stuff, possibly about the future of the show. In the meantime, this is Stephen Gasensi signing off. Be bold, be brave, be courageous, and we'll see you.